Alright, hi everyone. Today we are going to look at the 4.3b and it will be on the concept of algebraic expression, and we're going to look at factorization. Okay, factorization. So previously we have done something called expansion. Okay, and today we are going to do this thing called the factorization, which is actually linked together. Alright, so what are we doing for factorization? It is to express an algebraic expression as a product of two or more factors. We're going to get like something times a bracket, something like that. And we're going to extract common factor for our process, and also this process, right, is actually the reverse of our expansion. So let me tell you like how is it a reverse of the expansion. So for example, if I have two sets of x minus y, okay, let's say if I have this example over here, when I expand, okay, I'm gonna get something like 2 times x and 2 times minus y, so minus 2y over here. Okay, so this direction would be my expansion. Okay, because when I expand, I will multiply 2 into the bracket. So 2 sets of x, 2 set of negative y. Okay, now today we are going to look at the reverse process, which is actually called the factorization process. And actually the reverse is something like division. It's not entirely dividing, but we're going to use division as help. But you see the answer on the left hand side over here, right? This will be two groups of x minus y. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some form of grouping. Okay, so over here the big idea that we have, right? So the very big idea that we have regarding this process is known as the idea of equivalence. Okay, so what is this idea of equivalence? Means that the one on the left should be equivalent to the one on the right. Okay, so when you do expansion and when you do factorization, the two answers, the two starting point, the answer must be equivalent. Okay, now before we're going to continue, let me show you another way to think about this problem. Okay, so remember when we were doing expansion, okay, when we were doing expansion, we had this process like this. Okay, okay, so for example, okay, we have two groups of x minus y, right? So previously what we do is we multiply to find the area. Okay, what we were interested is to find the area. So when we multiply, we have something like 2x minus 2y as our area. Okay, so now we're going to do the reverse. Now is we're given the area. Okay, we need to pull out common factors. So is there anything common that we can pull out? We can pull out a 2 on the left, and on top we're going to have our x and minus y. So it is like from the area we need to find back the sides. Okay, so for this one right over here, the thinking is that, all right, let me shrink myself down a little bit. Okay, so the thinking is that another way to think is actually using the multiplication frame. Okay, multiplication frame. So this would be like given the area, okay, we are going to find the sides, right? Given the area, find the sides. So what is the process over here? What are we doing over here? We are extracting common factors. Okay, so now without further ado, right, let us jump into our examples. Okay, all right, let's take a look at our practice now 6, and let us try some questions over here. Right, so practice now 6, from the example. So for part A, we have 10x, right, plus 25, and we're going to like find groups of them. So currently what we need to think is which number can divide 10 and 25, right? Which is the common number that can divide both of these. We can actually divide this by 5, Alright, so and then we need to do the reverse. So 10x divided by 5 is 2x, 25 divided by 5 is 5. So means that we can form 5 groups of these over here. Alright, so how do you check whether your answer is correct or wrong? We need to expand back. Right, so that it should be equivalent to the left hand side. Alright, so one more time, how do we check? We need to expand back to check our answer. Alright, so for part B, we have 18 minus 12x. So over here, we need to think like which common factor can we extract? So 18 and 12, the common number is actually 6. So when we pull 6 out, 18 divided by 6 would be 3. 12 divided by 6 would be 12x. Alright, so over here we can form 6 groups of 3 minus 2x. So this would be the reverse process of our expansion. Expansion means multiply. The factorization means we need to use division, right? Use the division for this one. Alright, so let's take a look at part C over here. Part C, we have 21a minus 14ay. So what are we going to do here is, now let's take a look at the numbers first. So 21 and 14, the common factor for 21 14 will be 7, right? So with this, we have actually 3a minus 2ay. Okay, we can bring the 7 out as a common factor. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is we'll take a look at the bracket. Is there anything else that is a common factor? Actually, yes, we actually have a over there. So actually we can take a out because a is actually common in both the terms. So this would be actually 3 minus 2y. So when we like expand back, so 7a times 3 will give us 21a. Alright, and 7a times negative 2y will give us negative 14ay. Now let me introduce you another way of doing this. We can also do this using the HCF method. Means that we express this one over here. We can write this over here, right? And we are going to do the HCF using the ladder method over here, right? So we need to find things to divide the whole term. So let's find 7. So when we divide by 7, we're going to get 3a minus 2ay, and then we can divide further with a to get our 3 minus 2y. Right? So our final answer will be 7a times 3 minus 2y, like that. Okay, so with this, let's take a look at part D. Right, part D. Okay, part D, we're going to have 33 ax plus 27a plus 3ay. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We can make use of the ladder method over here. So we have 33ax plus 27a plus 3ay. So with this, we can actually divide the whole thing by 3. So we have 11ax plus 9a plus 1ay. The 1 is invisible. And with this one, right, we can go one step further. We can find something else to divide with. We can actually pull out our a to get 11x plus 9 plus y. Okay, any further common factors? No more. So this will be the end. So our final answer would be just, right, take a look at this one, 3a on the side and multiplied by 11x plus 9 plus y. So when we expand back, we can actually check that they are equivalent. Now next one, for part E. Part E. Right, let's take a look at the next. Okay, no space, so I'm going to write it here. Part E, following the textbook, so we have 18x minus 54xy plus 36xz. Right, so with this one over here, let's take a look. Let me write this down over here on the other side. Okay, so over here, right, we have the ladder like this. So what number to divide between 18, 54 and 36? Okay, we can think of dividing by, let's say if I divide by 3, right? So this will be 6x minus 18xy plus 12xz, right? We can still further divide by another. Okay, 6. So here obviously we can divide by 6. So this will be x minus 3xy plus 2xz, right? Can we divide by any more numbers? No more. So let's check the algebra. Okay, the unknowns. Any unknowns, common unknowns to take out, we can take out our x. So we bring out x over here. We have x divided by x is 1. The one divided by x is 3y. Next one divided by x is 2z. Okay, so multiply everything on the left hand side together. We're going to get 18x on the outside. And this one below, no more common factors. So this will be 1 minus 3y plus 2z. So this is how we do it for the very complicated questions. Alright, part F. Part F, we have this example, negative 10x, right? Plus 30xy minus 50 xz. Okay, so for this one over here, if you cannot see, let's take out one by one. So obviously 10, 30 and 50, we can bring out our 10. So inside will be left with negative x plus 3xy minus 5xz. So it's actually the same as writing the division thing above. Alright, next one over here, we can bring out another common x. So let's bring out 10x. This will be negative 1 plus 3y minus 5z. Any further common things to take out? No more. So this is our final answer. So over here, when we expand, we got negative 10x. We've got 30y, and we've got negative 50xz. Alright. Now, so over here, we can actually see that, not necessarily you need to do all the ladder method. We can actually do this step by step, and it will still look quite nice. Alright, so with this, we're going to move on to practice now 7. Alright, so for practice now 7 over here, let's take a look at part A. Alright, part A, we have negative 5h minus 25, right? So over here, you observe, now it's a bit different than before. We actually have a negative, both the terms are negative. So with this one over here, if we were to take out just 5, we still have our negative h minus 5, right? So actually the negative is also our common factor, so we have to factorize out the negative sign. So over here, we bring out the negative out, we are going to have positive h and a positive 5. So when we re-expand, so this will be negative 5h, this would be negative 25. Okay, so we will need to bring out the negative signs as well. Okay, part B. Part B, we have negative 14ay minus 21a. So if we were to bring out negative 3 straight away, negative 7 straight away, we would have 2ay minus plus 3a after bringing out the negative sign. So over here we still have the a left, so we can bring the a out, negative 7a, 2y plus 3. Okay, so this, when we have both terms negative, we take out the negative sign as well. Next, for part C, we have this example, negative 9z minus 24bz and minus 15cz. Alright, so over here we can bring out 3 to get negative 3z minus 8bz minus 5cz. Any more common numbers? No more. All of them have negative, so I will bring out the negative, and I will need to flip my sign on the inside. Last but not least, I still have a common z inside. So let me factorize z out. I will have 3 plus 8b plus 5c. Okay, so this is how we factorize step by step. Alright, if you can see it straight, factorize faster. Last part, part D, we have negative 4 minus 16x minus 20xy. So let's bring the 4 out. So we have a negative 1 minus 4x minus 5xy. We can bring our negative out. So we have a negative 4. Right? It will be a positive 1 plus 4x plus 5xy. So any more common factors to bring out? Now, even though both these terms have x's, we need to look at everything within the bracket, right? So everything over here, does it have a common factor? No more, right? Even the first one don't have the x. So over here, our final answer would be just this. All right, you can use the ladder method to find the final answer, but I think this would be quite satisfying. So this ends the video on factorization. Hope you have a nice day, and remember to update your notes and complete exit pass. That's all for today. Bye bye.